Yeah, it sucked. It was a bad feeling. It was embarrassing. They came on, hit us in the mouth. We couldn't recover.
Oh no! We suck again!
What a terrible, embarrassing way to end the season for Phoenix. After being hyped up like crazy and called a super team by the media, the Suns fail in miserable fashion once again in the second round of the playoffs. Devin Booker and Kevin Durant in an elimination game 6 both flopped rather hard. But due to Devin's Jordan-esque playoff run up until the last 2 games, and him being 26 years old, his future still looks bright, perhaps brighter than ever. Book's handles and playmaking ability really made strides this season, and his defense has also been markedly improved. No longer is he a defensive liability. Instead, he's a pretty formidable defender now. Which brings me to Kevin Durant, the Phoenix Suns' prized trade deadline acquisition. Injured much of the year in Brooklyn, only to finally be traded after Kyrie asked out of town, Durant arrived in Phoenix with not much time to form cohesion and chemistry with his new team. And to make things worse, suffered a freak injury in the layup line of an OKC game, which would have been his first home game in Phoenix. Luckily for he and the Suns, their schedule was kind down the stretch, and they were able to slide into the playoffs with the 4th seed and a little bit of home court advantage. Thanks to that friendly schedule, the Suns appeared to be a force to be reckoned with, as they were able to win every game Kevin Durant played in. I tried to warn people that the toughest opponent, the most impressive win the Suns had, was achieved in a showdown versus the former teammate of Kevin Durant and hated rival of Devin Booker, Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic. And at the time the Mavs were heating up, the Suns defense put up little to no resistance, but the offense was strong enough to get the job done. Then in the first round, the Suns got lucky again, not having to face Paul George, and after 2 games, even Kawhi Leonard. But rather they were able to skip through the first round, as long as they could just get past Russell Westbrook, which, if I may say, ended up being a lot tougher than it should have been. Kevin Durant wasn't bad in the Clippers series, but he wasn't quite his best self, not the Kevin Durant we're used to seeing as NBA fans. Fast forward to the Denver series, and oh boy, quite the conundrum. Kevin Durant, now 34 years of age, unfortunately started showing signs that perhaps his age was catching up to him. If you watched the Denver series, you know that this was not the Kevin Durant that the Suns thought they were trading for. Personally, I can't remember ever seeing Kevin Durant in any uniform play this, well, old. Averaging almost 4 turnovers per game at 3.8 while shooting 22.2% from 3 and a mere 45.3 from the field. KD seemed to be a shell of himself in this Nugget series. So what happened? Were the Phoenix Suns sold a lemon in exchange for Mikal and Cam and 4 first-round picks? Did the Phoenix Suns, all these years later, pull a similar mistake to trading Sean Marion for an aged-out Shaquille O'Neal? Well, to some, it certainly feels that way. And please, tell me your opinion in the comments below. You can take a simple look at Twitter, or scroll back through the comments of our live stream. Many comments claiming Durant is washed. But personally, I do not think that's what it is. I think Kevin Durant had a bad series, plain and simple. He's on a new team that's extremely thin when it comes to bench players. Bench players that matter, that can affect winning. And he and Devin Booker ran up against an absolute buzzsaw. A Joker and Mike Malone-led team with the great shooting of Jamal Murray and others. A team that's been together for around 6 years, running the same great offense. And we all saw the minutes per game Kevin Durant, Booker, and CP3 were required to play to win playoff games. I lied to myself. I told myself it wouldn't matter. But it caught up to them. It caught up to CP3 again. It caught up to Book as he slowed down towards the end. And it obviously caught up to Kevin Durant in the form of him uncharacteristically missing his shots. The shots he's made a career off of. And an embarrassing amount of turnovers, let's be honest. But going forward, KD will have an entire healthy offseason. and the front office will have an opportunity to make changes and solidify this roster around two bona fide superstars. I expect to see a fresher Durant next season, a more determined Durant. In his post-game press conference after Game 6, he mentioned the embarrassment of losing. I expect to see a vengeful Kevin Durant, out to put respect back on his name. If the Suns can surround him and Book with enough talent that they don't have to run themselves into the ground to stay in games, the 2023-24 season is going to be theirs for the taking.